Hey, this is Jonesy from Jonesy TV coming at you with a review for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, the premiere, entitled Ghost. And this episode was, I mean, so much better than anything I've seen on S.H.I.E.L.D. before. I mean, I enjoyed this episode a ton, mainly because Gabriel Luna's portrayal of Robbie Reyes, or as you might know him, the Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider was awesome. I mean, he was so much more dark. He was the darkest thing that's happened, darkest character to be on Agents of Shield so far, which is saying a lot considering that Cal was on there and he did some pretty dark things, and the scientist, the Hydra scientist who wanted to be immortal in the first season, so he gutted that person. But I mean, he's just so cool, and the special effects were on point. I was wondering if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with their limited budget was going to be able to pull it off, but Robbie Reyes, or Gabriel Luna's portrayal of the Ghost Rider in this episode is phenomenal. Uh, and I also, as on a side point, his brother in the show, Gabe Reyes, who is his disabled brother, who is in the comics as well, is played by Lorenzo James Herney, who plays Chris from Fear the Walking Dead. So that's super exciting as well. But right off the bat, I knew this episode was going to be different when they opened the Ghost Rider scene. It was phenomenal with Daisy and him, and I just loved it from the start. It was cool seeing the team being sort of in different positions and put in awkward places because of the new director. They're all divided up. May's sort of training her team on the side. Phil and Mac have their own little team, and what is it? Fitz and Simmons are even divided, split up. So that was interesting, and it was cool to see the different dynamics between them because their relationships seem strained since they are far apart. And the introduction to magic was pretty cool when they opened the box and they the criminals and started killing each other. Like I said, this was just a dark episode of Shield. Like, I think they're taking a note from the shows on the Marvel Netflix shows, and I think it's really working out. Just this whole entire episode, I could summarize the whole episode for you, but mainly I just want to tell you what I thought, and I thought this episode was a 9.5 out of 10. Like, this is the best episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've ever seen, or the most enjoyable episode that I think I've ever seen. You may disagree, you may have enjoyed other episodes. For those who don't like the darker tone, you're not going to like this episode, and you're not going to like the tonal shift of this season. But for me, the darker the better when it comes to television. So this was probably by far my favorite episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to date because of Ghost Rider. Gabriel Luna just killed it as him. And he didn't have very many lines, but he didn't need it. And I think if they keep him as that simplistic, if they don't try to overdo him and overdo his emotions, I think he'll really work on S.H.I.E.L.D. And that was surprising to me. I thought they were just going to shoehorn him in, but I mean, this dude has a primetime role, and it's insane. So, watch this episode, catch up on S.H.I.E.L.D. so you can see the season 4 premiere with Ghost Rider, because it is amazing and phenomenal. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Remember to like and subscribe for more. This has been Jonesy from Jonesy TV, signing off.